In a move from the videos I normally do, I'm going to show you today what I'm doing with my patio. It got laid about 5 years ago now, and the pointing in between it's just deteriorated that bad that I'm going to redo it. I'm going to use a jet wash first to get the muck off the top. I'm then going to use this Sika Fastfix. Now, I'm not a builder, nobody's sponsoring me, so it's just how I do it. I'm going to show you how I do it, and hopefully it'll help you if you have to do this. It's a bit of a job, it'll take a few days. Hopefully the weather will keep up, and we'll get it done. I'll get on with jetting then. I use a clip. That might be called a clamp, a clip, whatever you want to call it. But holding this trigger in for a long time just makes your arm ache. So what I do is I'll show you. I get it going, and I'll just clip this on. You watch, put it on, let the clip go. Some people recommend that you get the old pointing out first with an angle grinder, which I'll show you later. Get the old pointing out first, replace the pointing, but you have to wet everything down anyway, so replace the pointing and then jet wash it. But I can't see the point of jet washing after you've repointed. How long do you have to leave it before it's set properly? So if you jet wash it now, basically you're serving two purposes. You're wetting it down, you're jet washing it, and you get the mortar out, which has probably been wet through now because it's supposed to be non-porous, but they'll be soaking in the water. You make less dust. So yeah, I then do the pointing afterwards, and you only need to then do a swill rather than a jet wash, which will be better for the new pointing. You won't be bringing it out again. So I've got a 4-inch angle grinder, and I had this blade. You can see how thin it is, which is fantastic for cutting. If you want to cut any of these flags, that's your go-to. But if you actually want to get the pointing out, the mortar out, I've bought this. You can see the thickness of that. Nobody's sponsoring this, it's just what I've bought, and I've bought it from a place in South America that's a river, and it begins with A and ends in Zon, Amazon, and this, which fits perfectly straight onto that. If you want to get into any hard to get into areas, obviously this is going to be taken off. I'm going to take this off now and then I'll come back to you. So you'll see what I'm going to do in a second. I've put the new blade on, the one for getting the mortar out. You see how thick that is. Always wear safety glasses and breathing, or dust mask, or whatever you want to call it. You'll probably be able to see this is quite soft. I've just showed you a little bit of that, but I've got all the lot to do. But once you get into it, okay. So it just looks like sand actually. It comes out. There wasn't a lot of cement in it, I can assure you. And then before I start pointing it again, I will just run the hose pipe over it again. See, look, this is all done. you get your just pop it in the crack. Yeah, get a bit more. Put it in. Don't brush the joint, brush the flag. Same here, just brush the flag. It's quite a lot here if you can see it. And you can just brush it off. And you can brush it to where you need it. Now don't worry about the little bits that you've left on, because they're easy enough to brush off. So it's not a fast job, but I tend to find if you rush things, it never works out very well anyway. So press it into them spaces. It's because you wet the flag down, it doesn't stick to it. It says you've got an hour to work it, but you've probably got a bit longer than that, to be honest. A 45-degree angle works, so instead of going up and down the joint or across the joint, got a 45-degree angle, and it leaves you pointing in place, but moves the little granules, as you can see. Now, you've probably noticed I'm wearing a pair of marigolds, and the reason why I'm wearing them is because you can just go along and press it in, and if there's areas where it goes further in, which it has done here, just get a bit more, put it on, pack it in, a bit more. So, it's done now, this section anyway. It's drying a bit. It's drying quick today because there's a bit of sun about. But what I'll do is, when it dries off, I'll show you when it dries a bit. In fact, it's drying a bit at this end, so I'll get the brush and I'll show you what you need to do. So, try and stick to the flags, but as you can see, it does brush off. So there's no need to panic that it's going to stick on forever. There's no dye comes out of it. So basically, you can go at a 45-degree angle across the joint, But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it now so it's all dry. I'll see if it's firming up, because it says you've got an hour. Well, yeah, it's sort of firming up. It's not what I'd call set yet. So yeah, I'll come back when I've cleaned it all off. Plan is clean it all off, and I'm doing it in sections. That way you don't overwork yourself. So that's the grout replaced. Hey up, Gary. Next job will be sealing it. So what I'm doing now is I'm sealing it. It's all been cleaned, jet washed, and repointed. But what I'm doing here is I'm sealing it, and it's a matte sealer. But it's dead simple. I've used an old container of these Sika Fastfix that I've used for pointing, which you can see. And now what I'm doing is I'm just rollering this on, and I'll show you when I get a bit further.